This is a hard day, dude. Hard weekend.
This day sucks.
I don't like it.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
Welcome to Banter Boot Camp again. Sorry that got a little loud.
Yeah,
That
my
will
gear's all broken. No big deal.
not be the energy of this episode, I don't think. I got the heavy mic today.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
You don't know.
My gear is like broken.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
I think
dude?
it's this thing.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
that's a bummer. That's the expensive piece, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I have to have your volume all the way up
Oh,
for it to sound like this.
really?
Yeah. And if you get loud, it'll clip a little bit.
Wow.
But that's okay. No big deal.
That's probably why my initial welcome.
Yep.
To
We're going to have to control our dynamics with moving the microphone away from our face.
That's fun. Hey, they almost got one.
Well, let's just recap, and I'll let you guys know what's going on with this. We're watching the London Derby, and Tottenham's is 38 minutes in. Tottenham is losing 3-0
To Arsenal.
Yep.
And it's a fucking slaughter.
Yeah,
It's a goddamn slaughter.
it's rough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a weird weekend in the European football world. Man City beat Chelsea yesterday, 1-0. It's not really an upset, but you know,
Yeah.
depending on their starts, I kind of thought Chelsea was going to take it. It was a rematch of the Champions League final last year, or earlier this year.
I didn't get to watch it at all.
It was a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good game. I mean, 1-0. Like the
Typical. It's
the
like
reigning two best teams in the world.
Right. It's like
You
the
know?
dream soccer score.
Yeah.
Like it's what everyone's like. Oh, why would you watch soccer? It's fucking one goal in 90 minutes.
Man City was impressive because you think of Man City as like the douchebag, fucking, slit in their eyebrow,
Fuck boy.
headband, fuck boy.
Like really tight kits.
Yeah, right,
You know?
right. Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
He's Jamie Tart.
I mean, it's what I wanted to be when I was like 16.
Yeah.
All those guys.
Yeah, right. The Ted Lasso, Jamie Tart.
Yeah.
Like the stereotypical like cocky player. Mm-hmm. The actor said he modeled a lot of what he does with that character off of Jack Grealish.
Yep.
Which, makes a lot of sense. You did well, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
My team yesterday went to a draw with Brentford, who is a team that is new to the Premier League.
I honestly haven't even really thought of them once this year.
Yeah, they won the promotion playoffs out of the championship last year. And I apologize for the people who don't care about this, but we do, so whatever.
But it's our show, so fuck you.
Yeah, we'll talk about other stuff too, I promise.
Maybe.
So this is their first year in the Premier League since 1947, dude. 1947. They haven't played Liverpool since 1940.
When was the Great Depression?
The 20s, 30s. So I looked in. So this game was good. It was really good. It was a 3-3 draw. It was back and forth. Liverpool's defense was a little, not as good as it typically is.
Sure.
They had only given up one goal all year until they just gave up 3 to Brentford, which is, well, and it's disappointing.
Yeah.
But
That's a good defensive line, though. I mean,
it's fantastic. I mean, Virgil van Dijk is a Ballon d'Or finalist. I mean, he's good.
yeah.
But I looked him up because I wanted to know what the hell was going on with him and why it took so long for
Yeah.
them to get back.
Yeah,
Especially with
that's
how
interesting.
impressive they looked. They were a very gritty team. Anytime Liverpool struck, they were like, "No, fuck this. We're not giving up. We're going back." It was kind of inspiring to watch.
Yeah.
The lowly Brentford against the mighty Liverpool.
What city are they in? Is Brentford a city?
I don't know. Hold on. It's in London.
Okay.
It's in London.
For all my years of enjoying soccer, they were never on my radar.
Yeah, well, here's why.
Okay.
So they got relegated in let's see. So 47. By the time 1962 came, they were relegated all the way down into the fourth division.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so they just slid bad, dude.
Jesus.
They won the third division in 92.
Okay.
Okay, so that would be League One now.
Yeah.
And then they were relegated again in 93. Okay, so they won the third. They got relegated back. Sorry, I know this is confusing. So they got relegated. So they won the third, so they would have went up to the second. Mm-hmm. Then they got relegated back to the third in 1993.
And there's only 4 leagues, right?
Yeah, that matter.
Yeah.
And then they got relegated to the 4th tier again, League Two, in 1998. Okay. They won that, but were relegated back in 2007. And then they got up to League One, which is the 3rd tier, in 08-09. And then they finally got out of League Two, got up to League One. No, sorry. I know this is confusing.
So they've been jumping.
It's crazy, dude. They went all the way down to the 4th tier, and they were there in the 90s. They finally got up out of League One, so they got into the championship in 2014.
Yep.
They got to the playoffs to get into the Premier League in 2015 and 20, lost both, but then finally won this one. So I guess my point is, this team has literally just fucking camped out at the bottom, but this club like never gave up. They got gritty players. They got players that wanted to fucking win, and they're in the fucking Premier League, and they just drew to Liverpool.
That's
yesterday,
wild.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, that's
dude.
crazy.
It's a story that I don't even think like
no one's even really
the
picking
soccer
up on
world
it.
is really talking about enough.
Yeah.
Like if they would have won, maybe people would be talking about it more. I don't know.
Still, even drawing. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. The story itself is cool.
Yeah.
And the fact that they've just even gotten to this point, it's exciting moving forward for them. But like, even just this should be a piece that you'd probably get like a notification for on that one football
like, wow,
app.
Brentford fucking drew
Right.
to like it's insane.
Rags to riches.
Yeah, man. So I wanted to go back and I wanted to see like, because this is week 6.
Yep.
And I wanted to see like how I hadn't heard. I mean, if they're drawing to Liverpool, what have they done prior?
Yeah.
Like this year.
Who have they played so far?
So that I'm waiting for the one football app to load, but I looked it up. I know they beat Arsenal week 1.
Okay.
Which I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
I remember because Arsenal is always like supposed to be like a powerhouse.
Yeah,
or
they
whatever.
didn't start off this year very
No,
good.
they didn't. But Brentford beat them 2-0 in their first Premier League game since
Wow.
47, which is awesome.
Damn.
Yeah. And then they went on. I think they drew against Crystal Palace.
Okay.
They beat the Wolves 1-0. So they haven't really played. Liverpool's their first like, okay, welcome to the fucking Premier
Right.
League match, you know? Just because of the way Arsenal was playing at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So I guess their first real like welcome to Premier League test,
Yeah.
they passed with flying colors.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. I'm excited to see them play like Man City and Man U.
I love
and
an
Chelsea.
underdog story.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason why I like Tottenham.
Right.
It's because they're right at that point where like they're good enough to be in the Premier League, but they haven't really ever shined.
They're certainly not shining today.
No. It's putting me in a bad mood.
Well, it's 3-0 in the first half,
Yeah.
so I understand. And I know I've been giving you like a lot of like, yeah, you know,
It's jabs, but I mean, it's just
jabbing,
fun.
just jarring. I'm just kind of
sucks to see it
because I
happen.
like to root for them.
Yeah.
But I don't even have the energy to do that right now.
I know.
Because the Red Sox are playing the Yankees this weekend,
Yeah.
and the Red Sox have lost twice,
E-
and they lost in heartbreaking fashion last night.
Really?
Giancarlo Stanton hit a grand slam to make it 5-2
Mm-hmm.
in the bottom of the 8th last night, top of the 8th.
That's not good.
And it was like, dude, he hit it, he crushed it. He hit it 1,000 feet. Like it was
broke the
just
stratosphere.
a monster shot, and you could just like you could feel it, like even like on the TV, like Fenway, and even my house. My wife and I were watching it. It just drained
Yeah.
everything.
Flushed
out,
the
dude.
toilet.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was brutal.
Yeah.
It was a real brutal loss.
It is brutal.
And I started watching that pretty much right after Liverpool drew to Brentford. So
Yeah.
this is a shitty day. Probably shouldn't even be recording.
I know, right? With my gears all broken, I can't stop thinking about it. You know, like how you sometimes you'll have like one thing that like it just bugs you,
Yeah.
but you're convinced because of how much it's bugging you that everybody else is noticing it too.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you wear a shirt that fits a little weird, and you're like, everyone thinks my shirt sucks.
Right. Yeah, that's just self-consciousness.
It's like the hat.
Yeah, my hat right now is kind of tight.
Buying a hat is so frustrating.
Especially when you're someone like me who buys the same hat. I have a hat collection.
Yeah,
Talked about this. You
have a
see,
bunch of hats.
Yeah, I wear a different hat almost every day.
a hat guy.
And I buy the same fucking hat. I buy the New Era 3930.
Yeah,
That's
I buy a
what
fitted
I buy.
7 3/4.
Yeah, I buy large, extra large,
Yeah.
$39.30. And every single one is fucking different.
Everyone.
I don't understand it.
Dude, every time I put on a 7 3/4 hat, I'm like, I feel like they hire a new person every day, and they just go, whatever you think 7 3/4 means,
Just go
whether
with
it's
that.
inches, feet, potatoes, whatever. That's what you measure it to.
Right. Nice rule of 3 there.
I ordered. I even went to the lengths of ordering two different hats online.
Right.
Because I was like, maybe if it comes direct from the place, it'll be accurate. The 2 hats I got were completely different.
Completely different.
Dude.
Yeah. New Era needs to get their shit together.
Good Lord.
It's like, we got the corner on the market. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Just fuck off
Let's
now.
fuck with these people. You guys want to be
Where are you
baseball
gonna
players?
go?
Yeah, right.
Where are you gonna go over your hat?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna buy one of those cheap ass store brand ones from Lids that fits all gross.
Store brand from Lids.
Yeah, have you ever used those? You ever get those? They're like a big. They like look like a big circle. They're not right.
I hate that.
You know, it's not right.
Yeah, I hate the tall hat.
I need like right in between tall and short because I think they call the crown the measurement from like the top of your head to your ear. I have like a pretty big head, so my crown is relatively big. But if I get a hat and it's like big and tall, fucking like filled up, it makes my head look even bigger.
Right.
God, I just need like a custom hat maker.
Hey.
Hey.
I mean, I
Do you
think.
know a guy?
Sorry, speaking of being in your own head, I'm in my own head about the fucking mess I just made of trying to explain Brentford in their come up. Like, and then in the 90, they were in the 4th division, which is actually the 3rd, and then the 2nd one, and then they no wait, it's gonna be your bowl.
Nice.
Whoa,
Nice.
the hell? What's happening?
Nice.
Oh my god, I learned a valuable lesson.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What was it?
Don't look forward to weekends.
Yeah.
Don't look forward to it.
It's pointless.
Just let it happen. just let them happen.
Yeah.
Just let them happen. I had a lot of fun stuff planned for this weekend, starting right after work on Friday.
I know, like as soon as it became weekend,
Yeah.
it was supposed to be like streamers shooting off
Yeah.
and like cheerleaders like with their pom-poms going like,
Right.
give me a W.
Right. And then it was just like, it was almost like my brain was like, oh, it's here. It's over now. Like, this
Yeah.
is what you were looking forward to.
I know.
And now it's over.
How much, wasn't it so much fun?
Was my brain so stupid, dude?
Yeah.
So we've been axe throwing every Friday, which I didn't think was going to be fun at all.
I didn't either.
But we've gone the last 2 Fridays, and it is fun. The first time
It's
I had
fun.
a fucking blast.
It's fun.
Yeah. The second time, maybe it was fun.
I think by the end we were having fun.
I just wasn't really into it. Once I
Yeah.
started throwing the ninja stars, that was cool.
I feel like, so you and I probably should always pair up so we're throwing against each other.
Yeah, probably.
Because like we know how to riff.
Right.
And like
Right.
we both have the same tendencies of like if I start to not have a good time,
It trails.
it
goes away.
trails
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
But like the first time we went, you and I were up against each other. It
Yeah.
felt like, and I was surprised. Like you said, I was not thinking it was going to be fun.
No.
Side note, I've told a couple people like since we started doing it that we've been doing it, and they're like, "Really?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "That's what I said." But
Yep.
honestly, it's pretty fun. They're like,
Nah.
And
Then
I'm
they
like-
do it, and they're like, "Holy shit, this is pretty fun."
It's funny because I'm like, "Well, I was you, and I'm telling you, it was all right." And they're like, "Yeah, no." It's like, what?
You're like, no, I already know your future.
Yeah.
I already know it.
I came here to warn you.
Yeah.
I came here from the year 19 million to warn you about how much fun you're gonna have.
Yeah.
It's gonna ruin your life afterwards.
So free ad, the Axe Pit in South
Yeah.
Portland.
Yeah, they did. I mean, I thought it was good.
Yeah. It's fucking fun, dude. You can buy like a box where you can throw other shit.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. I liked the ninja stars.
Yeah.
I had fun with those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have fun with the other size things because I can't throw a baseball.
Right.
I need the handle.
Yeah.
If I'm holding the thing in my hand, I'm like, I don't know when to release it.
Oh.
If I'm holding the handle, I can feel the weight, and it helps me.
It's really not that different.
It's a mental thing.
Yeah.
My dad never really, loved me.
Never had a catch with you.
Yeah.
That's a bummer, dude. Oh wait, we can fast forward this bullshit.
Oh, yeah. I don't have high hopes.
For this game?
Yeah.
How could you?
Yeah, I
It's
did.
3-0.
I was hoping.
It's 3-fucking.
I had the only thing I had was hope going into this.
Well, I mean, Arsenal hasn't really been that good this year.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna bring it to live.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
All right, so we got some loyal listeners out there.
Yep.
And right now, I think they're probably disappointed if they haven't turned it off already.
Yeah.
Let's fucking turn it on.
Yeah,
huh?
okay. So
let's fucking go.
It's time for me.
Yo, will you stop
to.
fucking with that?
It's funny to me, dude.
I wonder why your gear's broken.
It's broken, so I'm letting it it's on fire on the way down now. That's what's happening. I don't know.
All right.
So this weekend, I went down. I brought my parents to visit my brother.
Oh, okay. All right.
And man, 2-hour drive, not bad. 2 hours, not bad. It's pretty bad when you're sitting with your parents in your car.
That's a long time.
And you start to remember that, like, oh yeah, when I drive and my parents are in the car, they're a terrified, nervous wreck the entire time.
Yeah, I created this person that I used to change this person's diapers.
And now they're driving a death machine with me inside of it. And so, like, that comes back. Remember when you were, like, learning how to drive and your parents were like, push your brake.
Oh, man.
Slow down.
My dad wouldn't even do it with me.
Yeah.
And my mom was a basket case.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
We got passed one day on my road where I grew up.
Yeah.
By a person with a handicap license plate.
Yeah.
When my mom was telling me I was going too fast. I'll never forget it.
I have a turbo in my car.
Yeah.
And after, like, the first 40 minutes in the trip, I was like, I don't care anymore. And I was like, getting to the point I would go to pass someone and I would just fucking slam on the gas as hard as I could. My parents were like, ah! And I was like, ha! This is what it's like living in the future.
Yeah.
Your old ass can't keep up. I'm gonna kill my parents with a heart attack.
Oh my god. Too tight, bro.
Is it? Yeah. I mean, your hair looks good, dude. You got a full head of hair.
I need a haircut.
You don't need to cover your dome piece like I do.
Yeah, I just like hats.
Yeah.
I just like hats. All right, so tell me about the road trip.
Okay, so that's like the beginning, like this first stage of grief, I guess you could call it. Is I'm driving down there with my parents and I'm realizing, okay, this is going to be a long trip because I'm on my best behavior as a driver.
You can't smoke.
Can't smoke.
That's
Also, didn't smoke before I picked them up because I didn't want my car to stink.
Oh, you got to step outside the car.
I know, I didn't even think of it.
Yeah.
I figured 2 hours. I also kind of figured I'd have a chance while I was down there.
Yeah.
I didn't.
No.
All day without a cigarette and hanging out with my family.
Ugh.
Dude.
How good was that cigarette after, though?
Oh, my God. It's the whole reason. I forgot the reason why I love smoking. It made me realize that I'm not addicted. I just love that. I need it.
Yeah.
I'm not addicted. I just need it.
There's our title.
So I'm driving down there with my parents, yada, yada, yada. They're nervous, taking a long time. Also, I need to be able to, like, listen to the music I like. It's part of the fun of a road trip.
Yeah.
Can't really do that with the old folks out back.
How come?
Because I'm on a metal kick right now.
Oh.
And everything's too loud for them.
Yeah.
So, like, I'd find some, like, I guess you could say, like,
Doobie Brothers.
Something, just stuff that's a little bit more palatable that I like, and I can't even hear it because they're like, "Can you turn it down?"
Really?
Yeah. And so I'm like, "Cool, this is a fun."
My parents would kind of be the same way. My dad would.
Yeah.
My mom, like, yeah, play all the music. I don't care.
Yeah. My mom literally
dad, no,
only
no.
listens to Tom Petty. That's it. And so we got in the car, and I was like, "What do you guys want to hear?" And she's like, want to listen to Tom Petty?" And I was like, sitting out on taking a chance, huh? Trying something new. And we listened to it for like an hour, and I changed it, and she's like, "But it's not done." And I was like, "It was an hour of Tom Petty. You've had 100 years of it leading up to now. Have you not had your fill?"
Oh, brutal.
And then we get down there, and like, my family's not like the kind of family that like hangs out and jokes and banters and has fun and all that shit. We're quiet people.
Yeah.
And none
Where
of
the
us.
hell did you come from?
I know. Well, I'm not. I try to be like this around them, but it's hard. I don't get a whole lot of give and
Yeah.
take. Yes, and yeah. So hanging out in my brother's apartment with him and my parents, and it's like awkward.
Yeah.
For a second, my parents are sitting down on the couch, and I'm sitting down. My brother's sitting down. And my parents are like, "It's this apartment." Like, we are the weirdest, most uncomfortable in our own skin family.
Yeah.
It's so hard to like tell people about that. Like Sally, she's like, "I can't wait to like meet your family."
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, we're not like, picture a family. That's not what we're like, no matter what you're thinking of, because holidays and shit, even like we sit around and like, we're not like eating and being merry with each other. We're just like, here we are together in the room.
So I mean,
we're family.
So there's no like conversation.
He's a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, none of us really are passionate about this. Like, me and John talk.
Of course.
Me and my sister talk.
Yeah.
And her husband. But like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, we don't have that like. There's an element of our relationship that's so much different than every other family dynamic that I've seen.
Interesting.
It's so strange.
Yeah.
And so it took, it was a long day, and we had a hilarious experience when we went out to lunch, which I'll get to. But I went all day without a cigarette.
Wow.
And by the time I got home, I was like, I fucking need a cigarette.
Right.
But we went out to lunch, and we went to this like local mini chain place because, American bistro food's a safe bet. And my brother's wearing the shirt that I got him for Christmas. It's a Save the Bees shirt. But
Nice.
It's a bee with like a weird human head on it. It's kind of a cool, funny shirt.
All right.
And we're sitting outside because it's nice out. And I ordered the hot honey chicken.
Ooh.
Hot honey.
I just realized how hungry I am.
Yeah. I had to have a bowl of cereal before I came. And food comes, and all of a sudden there's bees around our table.
What?
Just like bees. Not like bumblebees, like yellow jacket hornet bees, know? And they're like going around all our drinks when the drinks come because they can smell the sugar in the soda.
If you had to guess, how many bees?
Well, it started off with just one.
Okay. But then he brought out his friends.
Well, no, it was never more than one at a time. But like, you'd shoot one away, and it'll go to the next table, and another one would come in.
Taking turns.
Yeah, and so like, we deal with it for a little while. They're not too bad.
Right.
And then when my dad gets his food, as soon as he gets it, he's like this, and there's a bee just like here, and he's like trying to like just push it away out of the air.
Get out of here.
But he like won't move the rest of his body. Just his hand, from like his shoulder down to his hand, is moving in the same rotation, and it's hilarious. I'm dying laughing.
Does the fear of flying things run in your family?
No,
It's just you.
it's just me.
Yeah.
But the funniest part is that I have honey on my sandwich, and it's not eating my shit. It's bothering everybody else. And then as soon as I acknowledge that verbally, a bee came in, and it just fucking plopped right into the honey on the plate, and it just was like, and it's like whole body is like shaking. It's like, bleh, 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 and I'm terrified because I
Right.
fucking hate bees.
Right.
And my brother's like, if you're gonna kill that thing, now's the time. And I was like, oh my god, what do I do it with? And he's like, grab your knife and squish it on your plate in your food.
Yeah,
and I was like,
fuck it.
I don't care, I'll do it. And I went to go grab the knife, and I was like,
Oh, no.
I was like, I'm gonna miss,
Yeah.
and then it's gonna attack me. And I was like, I can't do it, John. You have to do it for me.
Oh, no.
And he took the knife and he just squished it in. And then he lifted the knife up and he turned it sideways and he just started cutting it in half. And I looked at his face, and like sweat was dripping down, and he was all red on his cheeks. And I never knew he had so many teeth. And I saw a side of my brother that I've never seen before. All while he's wearing that shirt that says "Save the Bees." And then I have a decapitated bee in my food on my plate. Half of it's on the knife, the other half is in the honey on the plate.
Yeah.
And I realized someone's gonna see this. Like, someone else is gonna notice what we did here.
Did any more bees come after that?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And my brother, he took the knife out and he laid it on the table, and he was like, "Tell your friends."
Oh, it's incredible.
The fact that he, like, it was like a slow, like, he had the thought and his hand was like, you're doing this. And he was like, why? And his internal struggle was like, you have to cut it in half now. Just like all the other times. This is the ritual. It was so fucking funny.
How do your parents react to that?
They, like, didn't even notice it was going
Yeah,
on.
right.
Yeah. It was so funny, dude.
That's awesome.
And then the lady came by and she, like, took our food and she grabbed the knife and didn't see it.
Didn't even see the bee.
Nope. And she grabbed the knife and she's holding it and moving it around and, like, grabbing the food and stuff. And I'm looking at my brother and I'm like, there's half a bee on that knife.
Did you continue eating the food off your plate?
It was, like, in the honey.
Yeah.
So I ate the chicken sandwich that they had dripped from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
It was so funny, dude. Who
pretty good.
thinks to cut a bee? It was, like, natural for him.
Right.
It was so the opposite of what he was trying to say with his clothing, his message that he was trying to give to the world. And we didn't realize that he had that shirt on until we got back to his place.
Oh, really?
So I looked at him and I was like, you had that fucking shirt on the whole time? And he's like, yeah. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was goofy as fuck.
That's funny.
It was fun. It was a good day, but it's just a long hanging out, like spending 4 hours in a car to go to lunch.
I mean, just to lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With, like, you know, people I spent 20 straight years with.
It'd be one thing if you were in the car with John and
Yeah.
your parents.
And, like, I don't want it to sound like I don't have fun with my parents. They're great. And we had a bunch of laughs on the way down and everything. And my dad looked at me on the way back and he's like, you really should, like, you should be a comedian. You're super funny. And it's just, like, natural
Wow.
for you.
No shit.
So, like, it's nice. But,
Well, I think that means you have to do it now.
yeah, I know, right? My father's dying wishes.
He'll be disappointed in you if you don't. You know, I talk all this stuff about how Norm MacDonald inspires you.
Yeah.
Now your dad
We listened to
believes
Norm
in
on the way
you.
down.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
My dad was like, this is great. I was like, I know. Listen to that bit about, like,
You
shame.
just glance over the great parts.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I do. That's what we all do.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Norm, man.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. The fact that he had
the
it,
radio is back on there.
The fact that he had it for 9 years, didn't tell anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So for those who don't know, I don't know how you don't at this point, but Norm MacDonald, legendary comedian, legendary Weekend Update host,
Just did the first manned mission to Mars.
he passed away.
Yep.
Secret battle with cancer for like 9 years. Kind of like Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah. I respect that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a choice.
There's part of me that wants to, like, see myself in that decision.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
It's a very, you know, thoughtless or thoughtful,
Right.
selfless
Yeah.
thing to do.
Well, I think it's admirable. It really is.
Yeah.
But I really do think it, like, depends on the person. And it's
Yeah.
hard to be like, why couldn't you have done it like Norm or why couldn't you have done it like Chad? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everybody needs different things in times like
For
that.
sure.
you
And I'm
know?
sure that they both had people that were in their close circles that knew,
True.
you know?
True.
Yeah.
I mean, how could they?
How could you not?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I heard a bunch of really, really great things about Norm afterwards. You know, people paying homage and saying things that, you know, telling stories about time they had spent with him. And
Yeah. Apparently, he was just an all-world guy.
yeah, apparently he was actually really religious.
Really?
Yep.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Cut it out.
Bob Saget, on his 40-minute thing that he released, he was like, he would never admit it, but he was a very religious man. And all of the, like, jokes about, like, you know, the one about sex where he's like, when you go to have sex, you close the blinds. What is it? Closing the blinds?
Shameful.
Shame.
Yeah.
Sex is a dirty, awful, terrible thing that should clearly only be done for procreation. Like, hints of little pieces of truth
Yeah.
are in those jokes, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, wicked bummer that he passed. And I wish I got to see him.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
But he's got a bunch of really great stand-up out there. And I saw a quote from someone put it on a billboard in LA after he died, and it said, comedy is all about curveballs and surprises.
Ah, come on, Kane.
That was your one shot, dude.
Harry Kane, I hope you hear this one day. Get your head out of your ass.
You handsome son of a bitch.
Handsome son of a bitch.
I thought that was it.
He's offsides, isn't he?
No, I wasn't even paying attention at that point.
Kind of looked like he was offsides.
Good trap. I thought it was in.
It's fucking close.
Real close. But the billboard was a quote that said, "Comedy is all about surprising people and curveballs and things coming out of it, things you don't expect."
Who was better than him?
And how poetic is this? Because he was, and then the second part of it was like, so when you say a joke and nobody laughs, that's funny.
Okay. All right.
I was like, that is almost the basis of his weekend updates.
For real. Yeah, if you haven't already, if you're out there, and because if you can't like place Norm MacDonald right now, look him up, look at his face, you'll be like, oh, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who like knew Norm, I think we've all done the go down the YouTube rabbit hole.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Yep.
He was an amazing guest on David Letterman, Conan O'Brien, all those late night shows. His stand up is fantastic. His weekend update stuff, Saturday Night Live stuff is fantastic. He has the famous he's in the famous Sean Connery Jeopardy skit where he's Burt Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. I mean, that's timeless shit.
Yeah.
He's like Turd Ferguson. It's a cool name.
Yeah.
It's just
anal bum cover.
Yeah, right. Like that. The world, like fucking world-renowned SNL skit.
Do you know why he got fired for SNL? Did they ever say? I don't think they ever said.
I don't know.
I've heard speculation that it was the constant OJ jokes and also the constant Bill Clinton murder jokes.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was the Weekend Update host during like two of the biggest, like the impeachment trial.
Yep,
I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
At least Bill Clinton for a little while, and definitely the OJ Simpson trial.
Oh yeah,
because that one where he's like, Johnny Cochran today pulled out a interesting tactic where he was trying on the hat that O.J. Simpson was allegedly wearing during the murder. O.J. Simpson stood up in the middle of the courtroom and said, "Hey, take that off. That's my lucky stabbing hat."
Dude,
that's so good.
It's so good, dude. There was a joke at the end of me doing stand up where he just did another OJ joke years, and it was like 2014 that came out, and he just did another one randomly at the end of me doing stand. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was more great. Oh, he was like, I think people still want me to comment on OJ.
There you go, yeah.
And he's like, I gotta say, murder aside and everything, all that stuff he did is he's like, I don't agree with getting 37 years for stealing your own shirt. Because there's a hierarchy in prison, and, right at the top are double murderers. And at the bottom down there are the guys who steal their own shirt. And I'm pretty sure that those guys get butt fucked.
That's awesome.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it is weird how much time he spent for stealing his own memorabilia.
Yeah. I love that the joke was spun into a way where it was like him regretting that he didn't get tried for murder, like convicted of murder, because then he's at the bottom of the totem pole.
Right.
It was so good.
Yeah, he was a genius, man.
Yeah.
So it's a real bummer. We lost a good one.
Yeah.
We lost a good one.
I heard another quote where he was like, I don't get why people always looked, they judge comedians based off the jokes they make when it comes to like societal standards. And he's like, you hear these people saying like, comedians are kind of like the new philosophers. And he was like, who that's, really insulting to? It's the new philosophers.
Yeah. It is true though.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line, comedians became like the look-to voice. Probably because it's the last bastion of truth.
Yeah. Yeah, and also abstract thinking.
Yeah, like free thinking.
You have to look at things from a different angle to to take a subject that's not like just on the surface funny and make a joke out of it.
It's weird. I'm torn on that. And not to turn Norm's dad, like obviously it's tragic. It sucks. But I'm torn on comedians. I'm not saying they're on one side or the other or whatever. Mm-hmm. But in one side, I think a lot of comedians would be like, yeah, we are that. We are the new philosophers. I like that we are looked to in that way. And then there are other comedians who are like, no, we're just here to make jokes. But I feel like all comedians will go on either side when it's convenient for them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just making a joke.
Yeah, for sure.
And then sometimes they're like, well, people can't handle the truth.
And I think that there's different kinds of comedians too, because there's a lot of, I think the comedians that I don't know how to say this without fucking sounding douchey, but the ones that I feel like, do it because they love the art form of comedy, and like take it more seriously than, I want to make money.
Right.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
I think those people are the ones that have like so much of an imposter syndrome and just want people to like them that they would never say that, like, oh yeah, look how smart I am because of my jokes. You know?
When I think of comedians like that, I think of comedians that are already solidified, that are already, they're the previous or current like administration of comedians.
Yeah.
And there's enough of what I was just talking about where they just, I'm a comedian. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
You can't say it because, it's either I'm telling the truth or I'm just telling a joke. There's enough of those that are up and coming that I guess it worries me. I'm not even really thinking about it till now, that it worries me about the state of stand-up comedy going forward.
Just like every art form.
It kind of sucks.
Yeah. Oversaturated market will cause, because then it starts to become this thing of like, we're doing it for the right reasons. The thing that we're doing is impacting society or not impacting society in a negative way, when in reality you're just doing the fucking thing that's everyone else before you already did.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I think about it with music a lot, and I go like, I don't think that all the people that are bad at music just want to get rich. But I do think that we're watching that, and it's probably the same with comedy too. Going to a club and not paying to get on stage for nobody,
right?
Spending 5 hours barking to try and get people into a place.
I hope
that shit
stays.
humbles you.
Yeah,
and if you do that and you continue to do it, or if you go on stage and you play your music and no one likes it, or you tell a joke and no one laughs, and that's a fail.
Right.
That's a fail.
Yeah.
If you fail doing a thing and then you continue to do it, that means you like it.
Yeah. For sure.
And I don't know if that, like, I feel like that's going away with like the way we consume media.
Yeah.
And that's kind of scary for me.
Yep.
Because like, you want people to really care about the art form that they do.
Exactly. And it sucks too, because sometimes to like, stand out and change the game, you've got to do something out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Like a guy. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw together a metaphor here. So Bo Burnham.
Okay.
People look at him. He's a stand-up comic, right?
Yep.
He's a comic. All right. Now he's gone through. He's been in the game for a long time.
Stages of,
and he's respected in a lot of circles, probably not respected in some,
Yep.
He's a divisive figure in comedy.
He does things differently.
But something like Inside is so groundbreaking
dude.
And it's amazing. And how many people are going to try to go in that direction as opposed to the direction you're talking about, like the barking and the doing all that. And it makes me think it's so good. It's so good, and it's not even bad for comedy.
Nope.
But the fact that other people are following him could be bad.
Yeah.
It's the same way. Sorry, I want to liken it to something here that maybe a couple listeners can. Steph Curry in the NBA.
Okay.
He is amazing.
NBA's basketball?
NBA's basketball. He is incredible. He shoots threes, and he can do more, but he's known for just chucking threes, dude. It's crazy.
Can't miss.
And now the NBA, since he's won a couple MVPs, a couple titles, he became the guy. Now the NBA, he changed the game. He changed the game as much as like Shaq.
Impacted it.
Now all the NBA is firing up threes.
Yeah.
Is comedy going to become the MVP?
Yeah, I mean, it
NBA?
does. I think that's a natural thing to happen.
Right.
The scary thing about it happening now. Oh, I mean, not even now. Just because it's a progression, right? And like, there's always going to be somebody that comes along and changes things, and not just changes things in the moment, but things that echo for generations.
Right.
And that's going to have impact on the people that come afterwards. And that's fine. That's just the natural progression of shit. But with the amount of people that have readily access not only to consume all day, but also create and release, there's really no barrier for entry.
Right.
So it's just you're going to get flooded with people who had one idea based off of that person who changed it, and then it's going to diminish the quality of it.
Right.
And your market's going to get like oversaturated, and it's going to get harder and harder to stand out by doing something different like that. And then you start to see that timeline get shorter and shorter and shorter. And I don't know. It's strange because like I think it's the same with technology. Shit moves so fast. Oh, iPhone 12, 6 months later, 12R.
Right.
And like those timelines getting shorter and shorter. What's going to happen when we're just constantly like, tomorrow we need the new phone. The phone came out today. We need the new one tonight.
Right.
You know, like this person did a new album 3 months ago, but like where have they been since then?
They haven't put out an album in 3 months.
Right.
What's going on?
Right. And so I don't know. I think that's what I don't like is that thought of where it's going to go with how like ADD the culture is becoming. And I think it's really because of the direct access that we have for consuming and also for creating.
Yeah.
I was talking to my dad this weekend about making music and how like it's cool, you know, you can buy gear and you can get a good start in your apartment. Mm-hmm. And in reality, you don't really even need to go to a studio.
Right.
Like it wasn't that long ago where I was playing in a band in high school. We had to book studio time to record.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't even have to do that anymore.
You don't have to do that at all anymore. You don't do anything like that anymore.
Right.
Which is crazy. It's like, I mean, it's cool, but also it's crazy because anyone who just fucking goes, I want to do that.
Right.
Then I don't know. It has a weird impact on the art itself.
Mm-hmm. And we're seeing that now.
Yeah.
I mean, we were a music podcast for the first few months of this, man.
There's so
you can
fucking
see it.
much,
right.
dude. So much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I gotta take a piss.
Okay. And we're back. And we are back.
Welcome to a new segment called Dave Throws Random Topics at Sam and sees what he thinks about them and hears about it and listens and gives his feedback.
Cool.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
We got stuff to talk about, and we're going to say the things out loud.
All right. Sam, give me your thoughts on a few things, will you?
What few things?
I'd love to hear a couple things.
Okay.
All right. Give me your thoughts on the Met Gala.
The Met Gala. Okay.
Yes.
It's a big waste of money. And it's a bunch of people dressing up in costumes and calling it fashion.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah. It's so dumb.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever fucking seen.
Fashion isn't fucking like me wearing a neon green fishnet shirt. Fashion is a suit or fashion is a dress. And really, really nice Italian designers make them.
Yeah.
And that's where it's you don't have to do more than that.
Right.
Why do we care?
Every time I see the Met Gala happens and you see all the pictures and the videos and all the fucking bullshit, I think, oh, yeah, this is why other countries hate us so much.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know
It's
if
why poor people are like, fuck you.
I'm hungry. And they're like, but look at my dress.
My dress has a tail like a peacock.
And I get it. Like, yeah, we won. You know what I mean? As a country,
right.
We fucking won.
And
but,
being rich is cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
There's a lot of things like, I'm not poor, and could I help out more? Sure.
Yeah.
But am I prancing around in fucking $1 million clothing?
In New York City, being like, homeless people of the city, look how glamorous I am.
Seriously, man. It drives me fucking nuts. Have you ever read Hunger Games?
No, but I know what it is.
Yeah, I think everybody out there. We are District 1.
Yeah.
We're District fucking 1.
It's
We're
so dumb.
horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All
Yeah.
right. All right, next topic. NFTs.
NFTs. Next. No, I am too old to understand why people value it, but I get that it's happening.
Okay. All right. I get it. Yeah, for me, it's just another avenue to try to make some money.
Yeah.
I see that there is a lot of money pouring into
I
these
understand
fucking
that
things.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
The thing I don't get is the people who are like, yeah, it's worth money because this.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that it's worth money, I can wrap my head around that.
Mm-hmm.
The fact of how much money some of these things are going on,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, NFTs, real brief, it's digital art.
Yeah.
And it's digital art that's being traded back and forth on a blockchain. just
one of a kind.
Think of it as a Bitcoin,
Yeah.
except it's in digital art form.
Yeah,
That's
it's
really all it is.
It's like having a original Monet that
Yeah.
nobody else like. It's like having a original made by somebody, and anyone else can have it and see it, and the one that you have doesn't mean anything, but you paid a lot of money for it.
Okay, I mean, I can see why you would think that. But the fact of the matter is there is a market for it.
I know.
It has a singular spot on the blockchain
Yep.
that can be traded back and forth, and you own that.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people in this world that apparently value that. And
So,
that's all it takes to make a market.
I think, excuse me, I think that at some point we'll say, oh, what if, like this is an access card that's like a one of one that will get you into access for, or like something like that.
I bet that's already happening.
I'm sure that there's gonna
Yeah.
I told you that Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank was like, oh yeah, there's this guy, he's a watchmaker, and he only, if you pay him for a watch, he'll design one for you and make it for you, but he won't show anybody else the watch, so only you get to see it.
Right.
And so he goes, I'm gonna make NFTs with this guy, and that I get because that guy's watches, no one gets to see them, and if you're a watch collector, you want to see it.
Right.
So I understand the concept there. So I think that we're gonna take the like idea of what an NFT is,
Yeah.
and then go, oh, what if we applied it this way?
And this is a perfect example of why the blockchain technology is the fucking wheel.
Yeah. For
Why,
sure.
why it's the internet.
Yep.
Because it's limitless on what you can
fire.
do with the blockchain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Reddit trivia.
Reddit trivia, dude. I'm for it. I had a blast doing that, dude.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, and I don't know how you wouldn't have heard by now, me and my brother were both on stage for Reddit music trivia and 90s music night.
Why don't you explain what being on stage means, though?
It's just what they think it is. There's a subreddit called R Music. It's a huge subreddit.
Okay.
And there's a guy on Reddit who like hosts these live trivia events. He does it for businesses most of the time, but Music hired him to do a 90s music trivia, and like, so they opened up essentially what I guess it would be like the equivalent of a chat room.
Okay.
And everybody goes in with their Reddit avatar as their picture, and so there's like it's like an auditorium, digital auditorium, right?
Okay.
And he's on stage as the MC, and he goes, "Everyone, put your hand up if you want to come on stage for the next round." On stage means they allow access for your microphone to come on.
Okay.
And everyone who wants to do it, they push the little hand button like on Teams Messenger or whatever.
Yep.
And you can randomly get selected. There was like 800 people in the room when we were doing it. And my brother sent me the link, and I was listening to it, and we were texting each other the answers really quick. And he was like, "We should go up." And I was like, "Cool." And then I put my hand up, and he got picked.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who put their hand up that don't get selected.
Yeah. He got picked in the 90s R&B round, and he won.
Wow.
Which was funny.
Yeah.
Because it was all like D'Angelo and
Hell
fucking Genuine shit.
Yep.
And the last round, I got picked to go on.
Wow.
And my round was 90s songs that end in a question mark.
Yeah.
I was like, this is really specific.
Yeah.
I got second place. I tied for first, and the other person won the bonus question.
What was the bonus question?
It was this person. I can't remember the artist, but they were like, their breakthrough album in '93 was this single word question, and I should have known it was just why, because what else? Why would someone name an album what?
Yeah.
Or who?
Right.
I should have just guessed why.
Yeah.
But I didn't, and that was the answer. And then my brother went to the finals and didn't win.
Oh.
And it was fun.
So what did the winner get?
They got Reddit Platinum, which is like just it gives you status on Reddit.
Oh, cool.
I don't know.
Is it like something that
It's like a subscription thing.
people pay for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. It was so much fun.
I didn't know Reddit had like subscriptions.
It was so much fun, dude.
Sounds like fun.
Trivia is fun. It's also, and this is controversial, but I'm going to say it anyway because I'm brave. It's fun to have fun.
You're brave.
Yeah.
You are brave.
It's fun to have fun.
Yeah. All right, next topic. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Give me your thoughts on St. Vincent.
Ooh. She doesn't get enough credit for being as innovative as she is.
I think she's badass.
She's so fucking
If anyone out there
badass.
doesn't know who St. Vincent is, type the name into Spotify or YouTube or Apple Music or anything like that, and just, I don't know, spend like a half an hour of your day listening to
She's
some
so fucking cool.
Yeah.
She was in a band when she first started called the Polyphonic Spree.
Okay.
It was 16 people or something.
Holy
like that.
shit, that's too many people.
It was like a indie alt country rock
Right.
group collective.
Yep.
And she's like one of the only people that I know of that made it out and actually did something afterwards. And she's done everything afterwards. Like she's done everything since then.
Right.
And I just recently saw her play out in Portland, and once again, completely blown away. Wasn't what I was expecting. Exceeded my expectations in a completely different way.
Yeah.
So much fun. She shreds. She's a babe. She fucking acts cool all the time. She fucking everything is cool. And now she's doing this cool new movie that's all different and shit.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Ugh,
Yeah.
I love her.
You just saw her live, right?
Yeah.
Did you already mention that?
Yep.
Okay, I missed it.
Yeah, I saw her, and it was a like her newest album, Daddy's Home. It's all like 70s.
Yeah, yeah.
Vibe or whatever, and it was almost like a fucking show. Like they were choreographed parts that happened on stage.
Cool.
It was super cool. Yeah,
I like her.
I love her.
Yeah.
I like her more than you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you do.
You're right.
Yeah,
Damn right.
it's fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's not a Hey, they scored.
Hey,
Tottenham scored. When
I
the hell did
missed
that
it.
happen?
maybe they just gave him a goal.
Like, hey, I just scored another one, but you can have it.
I don't even need it. I got like a million of them over here.
Fuck, man, I missed who had it.
That's all right. We'll catch up afterwards. What do you got for another topic, dude?
Do you want to get into some deeper controversial stuff?
I do.
All right, vaccine mandate.
The climate change is already so bad. Why do you care what they're putting in your body? Your kids aren't going to live anyway.
Here's my take on this, and I don't want to spend too much time on it.
Yeah.
But in banter we used to tackle stuff like this, so fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a vaccine mandate. It's a vaccine/test mandate.
Yeah.
If you don't want to get the vaccine, don't. You just got to get tested every week.
Right.
It's not that fucking hard.
And also, like,
Stop changing the narrative to fit your argument.
why do you think you're so important that, like, they're doing something to you?
Yeah, man. It's
That's
crazy.
just my take.
I just Googled on my phone that they're putting chips in our body.
I was talking to my Alexa at my house, and it told me that.
I got it.
Yeah.
It's not that fucking bad.
No, it's pretty cool.
Fine. The vaccine?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know, dude. I think being able to fly is pretty dope.
we've all had so many vaccines.
Dude, we eat food that has like rubber in it.
Yeah.
And dude, we're the only country where there's no rules about a lot of ingredients.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the ingredients for like Ritz in America versus like Ritz in New Zealand, they're completely different.
Yeah.
And in New Zealand's like, yeah, it's because there's garbage and shit in the ones that you guys are eating, and we said that they can't do that here. And we're like, we like it. You guys can do it here.
Yeah.
Because it's cheaper for your business, and it's capitalism.
Exactly.
And consumerism.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. So this is a little bit of a longer question statement.
Okay.
So Premier League, all the major leagues, they take a knee before the kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I agree with them taking the knee.
Yeah.
But now, the knee, it stood out because nobody else was doing it.
Yeah.
And it meant something.
Yep.
Now everybody's doing the knee.
Yep. Is it lost its impact?
I think it's lost its impact.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of doing it now?
I mean, yeah. I think its moment in the sun is past.
Yes.
I think there needs to be a new knee.
I saw a guy on Chelsea, and this is what got me thinking about it. Marcus Alonso yesterday.
He's good.
Yeah, he is. He has decided that he's not going to take a knee anymore.
Because he wants to have people talk about it again.
Uh-huh.
Good for him.
So what he's doing is there's a no racism patch on everybody's kit. So he's just standing and pointing to that.
Cool.
And people are talking about it again.
See?
Well done, young man.
Okay, everybody. Here's a quick lesson, and this is almost what I do for work. Everything in your life, if done enough, will become background noise, and you'll stop paying attention to it.
Exactly.
You need to switch up the way
Right.
you talk to people and do things if you want the stuff that you say and do to have an impact on people. Mm-hmm. Have to do it.
Right.
You have to constantly change your approach.
Right. Agreed.
Yep.
All right. So one more thing for me.
Okay.
I talked about it a couple weeks ago when the last time we released like a current episode. My kid is doing great at school, and I'm so fucking happy about it.
Woo!
So apparently the kid loves school. I was worried for nothing.
Yeah.
And it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
I'm really, really excited about it. I'm pumped. I'm thankful. He saves all of his whatever negative energy and all that shit and like acting up. He saves it all for home now.
Yep.
Which is,
yeah.
But
at least
the fact that
hurdle
he
is cool.
can operate in a normal human situation.
Yep. You don't have to be next to him for the rest of his life.
Right. Because acting like saving it all and acting up at home, that's normal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
just what I was concerned about.
Yep. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it.
Yeah. Congrats.
Thank you, sir.
Your kid has made it to school.
I know, right?
Isn't it crazy that like sometimes you like I wish things sounded as important as they felt.
Yeah, everything,
Because it's a big deal, but when someone...
But it's
like,
only important to me.
Yeah, and like everybody in your life.
Well, right.
You know?
But like people listening and you, like it's really not that important to you.
I'm sure some of the people listening
can relate.
Know somebody that have a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do I have? Do I have anything? Let me check real quick.
Oh, I had a weird thing that happened.
Let's see here. Oh, I saw these people. They look weird.
Whoa, they do look weird.
That's it, though.
We got a few more minutes?
Yeah.
All right. So I forgot all about this, and I had it on my list, and I couldn't remember what it was, and it just hit me.
Okay.
All right. This was a big deal to me at the moment it happened in the day, but it kind of faded away, I guess. Have you ever had a situation where you like went somewhere to a store or anywhere and somebody came up to you and like begged for help? Have you ever had that happen?
Similar. Yeah. I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Tell me more.
So there was a lady that came up to me. I never go to the Circle K up here ever. And I was like, I need an energy drink. Maybe they've got like a fucking day old breakfast sandwich or something.
Right.
I'm hungry. And as I'm walking in, this woman, tiny, I would have guessed 50s.
Yeah.
Like basically walks up to me and goes, "Hi, hello." And I'm like, "Hey." And just long tangent, super nervous.
Yeah.
Basically like every fifth word or fifth sentence is, I just need to get over it and ask you. Sob story.
Of course.
All of this. And I'm like, immediately, and this sucks, but immediately my brain goes to, what the fuck?
Just get to the point.
Just get to the point.
Just say what you need to say so I can say no.
What the hell does this lady want?
Just say what you got to say so I can spit in your face and leave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it started getting like to the point where I was like, oh my God, is she going to ask for like help?
Help.
Yeah.
Like hands-on
like
help.
Not just like money.
Yeah,
like
can you go with me to this place? There's a kid in our car.
that, or like, hey, this guy is out to, he's like after me and my family.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do here.
Yeah.
And then the lady asked me for $11.46 and a half gallon of gas.
That's oddly specific.
She said she needed the money. She gave the hotel she was staying at all she had, but needed $11.46 more because she needed a key replacement.
Okay.
She lost her key. All of her kids were in the truck she was driving because she left her husband.
Uh-oh.
And they were staying, and I could see the kids.
Yep.
There were 3 kids in there. And she just needed to be able to get there.
And she wanted to only ask you for the minimum.
Yep. She asked for a half a gallon of gas and $11.46.
I'm not going to ask you what you gave her, but I feel like I know what you did.
What do you think I did?
Slashed her tire. Told her to fuck off. No,
Yeah.
I think you gave her more than she asked for and said, good luck.
Did I already tell you about this?
No.
I did. I helped her.
Yeah.
I helped her. But I still like, it's a weird scam to run.
I've had someone do, when I lived in Massachusetts, a guy came up to me while I was pumping gas, and I was getting into my car in the Walmart parking lot, and he came up and was like, hey, me and my family, we're staying in a hotel down the street. we're out of gas and we only have enough money to like keep living, some story like that. And he was like, I need some money for gas so that I can continue to get to work.
Right.
And I was like, well, I have to go get gas too. You want to meet me right over there at the pump?
Right.
And he was like, of course. And I walked away and I drove over there. And he never showed up.
Oh, yeah.
So it happens.
Yeah.
That's a specific one.
It's very specific.
And you hope that,
you know, maybe she was just looking. It seems weird to ask for that small amount and expect somebody to give more.
Yeah.
You know? It's a big gamble to take.
Yeah.
You know? Because I could have just been like, oh, here's $12 and here's your half gallon.
And give me your change.
You know?
Can you go bring me back the change?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I mean, and the thing is, she probably really should be happy if you just did the 1146.
It seemed. So my takeaway from all of it, I got on the other end of it, and I was like, I think she actually really needed help.
I do too.
So it's so weird, though. It sucks to live in a world, live in this society where that person either scammed me, or it was just looking for a handout, or actually needed it, and instead of being like, help that person, I'm like, I wonder if she fucking does it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? There's no like,
yeah, society's been tainted. Our innocence is gone.
That was either like, you know, the lowest or close to the lowest point she's ever had in her life, or that's just what she does.
Yeah.
And I'll never know.
Nope. And this is the major difference. This is like a choice people have to make.
Right.
Do you want to believe people are good and not care whether or not someone took advantage of you? Or do you want to say, I'm looking out for number one?
Yeah.
And there's a clear answer to me.
Yeah.
But
I helped her out considerably.
Yeah. I'm proud of you for doing that. And I also knew that you did.
Yeah.
As soon as you started to tell the story, because you're that kind of guy.
Yeah.
And good. Because even if she was a drug addict and those kids were her kids, she still is a human.
Right.
And if she changes your good intentions, your like that knee-jerk reaction to help, if someone bad changes that in a person, then the bad energy wins. You know?
Yeah.
Good doesn't prevail.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, this is a weird one.
Yeah.
This is a weird one.
Yeah.
I think I made the right decision.
Yeah, for sure.
But it just sucks that I can't just like be like, I made the right decision.
Actually, I was smoking.
Question yourself.
I was smoking a cigarette outside of my apartment, like pretty close to when I first moved in, and I live near a park, and it's like there's some homeless people that like gather at night to sleep in the gazebo or whatever.
Yeah.
There's some drunk homeless guy. It's like anything. There's some bad and there's some good, and at nighttime, 2:00 in the morning, you're not expecting like the best people to be walking around.
No.
And I went out to my car to grab a cigarette, and two guys. Sometimes you see a guy and you're like, this guy has a lot of experience in fighting people and likes it and enjoys it.
Tell. Yeah.
Yeah, like usually no shirt.
Oh yeah, it's a dead giveaway.
Also, usually like skinny.
Yeah.
But his muscle definition
right.
is there, but it's like you're not strong. You just have no fat.
How many
you.
inches of boxers can you see above the pants?
Puffy material boxers too. Yeah. Him and his buddy, they come up to me while I'm digging in my car to get a cigarette, and he goes, "Hey man, can I buy a cigarette from you?" And I turned around, I had my headphones in. Turned around, I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Can I buy a cigarette from you?" And he's holding $2, and I was like, "You guys can just take one each. That's fine." And they're like, "Cool, man." And I was like, "Yeah, no problem." And I just but I had that feeling of like scared at first.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna get jumped because the world has said you better watch out.
Right.
And
plus, I mean, there's a lot of truth to that. I mean, it's fight or flight.
Yep.
You immediately are on the defense.
It just sucks that you can't just be a person in the world and go, "Hey, you're another person.
Yeah,
Can
right.
I ask you for a thing in a language you understand?"
Yeah. Yes, I have a thing that I can spare for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of similar, but I mean,
no, it actually is just a
different,
slightly smaller scale. Yeah. I mean, what I did,
I gave the people my car. And
probably you gave me your car. Oh, you need a cigarette? Here's my car.
I threw my wallet at him and I ran away.
Don't kill me.
I have children.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. The more I think about it, and I recollect she like cried after.
Yeah.
You know, it was really sad.
Did she look like this?
It was really sad. Actually, kind of. It was really, really sad.
Or did she look like this?
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Yeah. Well, next week, or next time, next week, I don't fucking know. Next time we sit down and do this, this will be fixed.
Oh yeah,
It'll be new or
fine.
fixed.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna also go ahead and say I'm gonna be shredded next time we do this too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we going to kick balls today?
I got something to talk to you about.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's the 1 hour mark.
All right.
Right on the dot.
All right. Cool.
Cool. All right. Well, Tottenham lost. So
Bad weekend for sports.
I feel bad for anyone who likes them.
Yeah. Rough.
Yeah.
All right.
See you guys next time.
Drake sucks.